Eagles Way of Boxing. Tuesday. See if we got it. Yeah, we got a little bit of sound here. Let's go. Oh, yeah. You can't really do anything when you got, when you're more or less at the mercy of somebody who's fixing something. Then whenever they're available to fix it, then that's what you got to do. Let me see what y'all start talking about. He says, Salute Eagle, the man who's so late for his Monday show. He's here on Tuesday. Stop it, man. And I knew, before I even read what you wrote, that I had to start with my opening statement, that I had to have the right type of opening statement, because I knew that if you came, that that's what you was going to say. I was thinking about that the whole time. I said, oh, shit, I got to go get this equipment fixed. I said, y'all sir's going to have fun with this one, because it's going to be another Tuesday that I came in when I after I missed a Monday. But anyway, salute to y'all, sir. He said salute, Eagle. Yeah. I knew it. Brother. You think hey, I've been around y'all long enough to know y'all by now, right? Now, we might not be actual mates like that. We haven't seen each other in person, but, just from the personalities and reading what y'all write, I could more or less tell. Even if somebody had wrote something, I can more or less tell who wrote it. Yeah. Got a lot of dumb fighters coming up. Oh, you know what? I seen some over these fights over the weekend. I'm gonna say from Friday from Thursday all the way around, but mostly like Friday. The fights were kind of interesting and close, and I don't know. It just looked like some fighters don't want to fight. They just will give up a O like nothing. They just give up a O like it ain't nothing. Like, okay, I guess I'll give the O up. I don't need it. Now, let me get more specific. I think it was Bunch. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm quite sure it was Bunch that I'm talking about. Bunch versus Flores. Because Bunch, he starts off the fight with a knockdown. I believe that's the one. He starts off with a knockdown. And it's like, well, how you start off with a knockdown and you don't do anything? It's crazy. That was up in Catch Creek, yeah. I think it was closer than one judge had 92, 97. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was the fight I was watching for Friday night fights. I think that's the one I was watching. I didn't like it. A lot of these guys just don't want to do what they're supposed to do, man. It's like, damn, dude, you're supposed to go out there and fight. And I'm thinking that's who it was. I don't think it was Brown. Because the Brown fight ended up being majority. And the Acosta fight against Cordova, that was Thursday. So this one, I'm quite sure. Yeah, I'm quite sure it was the Bunch fight that I was disappointed in. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you need your ass whooped for the way that you're fighting. Because you get a knockdown and then you don't follow up. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the fight. He said, "Was you talking about that Fundora Crow shit?" He said, "Was salty as F." What did you do? You got the salted crow on that one. But we tried to discuss that beforehand. I just didn't want to reveal too much to you guys because I have been telling you guys. I'm gonna tell you the most suspect thing about that guy is I don't like that he has so much head and chin on such a small, frail body with that kind of height. I didn't like that. I was like, what the hell? So it was at least 2 robberies that a lot of people were going to agree and think there was at least 2 robberies. Now we'll get to him in a little bit. We'll get to the whole thing with the Fundora, but I never liked his chin chances. I never liked his chins. He also said I got all my picks on Friday wrong. He said I had Bunch. I had Brown and Garcia. Garcia got robbed with the draw though. Yeah. I think that one. I think that was a robbery too. I think the draw was a robbery on that one. Yeah. I didn't like that decision. Saturday I didn't really like the Lee decision. I mean, you can give Lee. You could have gave him a draw, but you might have edged it for Lee. I don't know. You might have edged it for Lee, but there ain't no way in hell that Lee it was a blowout. There's no way in the hell somebody can convince me that was a blowout. Yeah, Garcia should have got a nod. He said shaking my effing head. I know a lot of people got to eat crow. A lot of people got to eat crow. Well, Bunch pissed me off because Bunch had momentum at the beginning of the fight. He started off with the momentum. It's like, how do you start off with the momentum and then that's it? And matter of fact, even with I don't know, Brown just ran out of stamina or some shit. I don't know. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, you were able to throw the most meaningful punches if you wanted to, but you let Schramm just come back. This Schramm just did what he wanted to. I'm like, what the F? It's hard, man. You just cannot go with these guys. In the Nunez versus Olivo, a lot of people thought that might have not went Nunez's way. I see Nunez he was a better fighter though, for sure. He was definitely the better fighter. Martz March is starting off pretty bad. March took the KTFO in one round. That's why he don't have a picture up. But then again, he's just a stepping stone anyway. So he's 20-10. So, um, but the height though, the freaking height kills me though, because he comes in, he's about Tyson Fury's height, but just more or less like a punching bag. Sorry, dude, you're a punching bag. You come in just to get knocked the F out. I came in to get knocked out. Did I do a good job? Yes. Yep. I didn't watch much of the fights on Saturday. It was watching the UFC card. Yeah, that's old Stylebender when he did his thing, right? It looked like he was getting hands put on him, but he was on his back foot. He was backing up, which I like. There's a sneaky little overhand, the sneaky little right hand. It didn't look that powerful, but I guess when you get caught like that, yeah. They had him down. He was about to hit him with some hammer fist, but he didn't get the chance to throw the hammer fist because it was already out. My boy was already like out. He was out on Saturday. Yeah, sir. He got outworked from the more determined guy. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Brown took the fight on 2 weeks' notice. He done well for that. I didn't know it was short notice. Oh, I wouldn't have picked him. Oh, that's true, too. That's true. Yeah, if it was short notice, maybe that's why he was looking all burnt out like early. It's like, damn, dude, you burnt out. I mean, you got the skill set. This was a classic example. I think Friday was a classic example of fighters that actually have a good skill set. But for some reason, it's like they forgot that they had a skill set. Like, well, dude, you have a skill set. What's wrong? What happened? You do realize you have a skill set, a better skill set than that. You do realize that, right? I mean, somebody damn sure needed some encouragement. Izzy got a nice KO on Alex, yeah. Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, Izzy did little sneaky hands, little sneaky overhands, yeah. I had Alex. Okay. Oh, you had Alex. So that's another side of Crow I got. Oh wow. You didn't believe in his words, right? You didn't believe he said he was gonna come out and do something different. Yeah, but it's all good, brother. I'm bad. Because even before I talk about it, when I was talking about the Fundora, I was saying exactly, what, how I felt that he was gonna lose is when they did the interview before the fight. Because everything we talked about, everything that I knew that had to be done to beat Fundora, that's what Mendoza was saying that he was going to do. I'm like, oh shit, he's saying everything that I know that he has to say. And people might not notice that even in that round, coming into that round, Fundora was huffing. He was like a little bit out of breath for some reason. So he must have been getting hit harder than what we think he was getting hit. But I'll tell you, before that left hook action, there was an overhand right that they said didn't land. I think it did land. And then there was like some punches just to see what you're doing. He actually fell for, it was actually like more or less a trick. He actually fell for a trick. Yeah, so he more or less fell for a trick, which is it's kind of it's an old trick, but it's not actually a trick. But what it is what we do. Like as a fighter, a lot of times you throwing punches, you done do all the heavy shots or whatever, and so you just come out and you just like touch it. What you're doing is you're just touching the guy. And so Mendoza touched him to the body a couple of times, boom. But if you look at his eyes, he was looking up at him. He threw an overhand right, and then he decided at the last minute, because what had happened is Fundora, I think he was throwing like a left odd, one of those odd punches, an odd uppercut. That's when he ended up in trouble. But we'll talk about it in a second. Got to save something on the plate. Yeah, okay, so Sanchez, I know you didn't probably miss on these guys. Yeah. And, okay, far as, like, I don't like to spread all these rumors and stuff like that, but I did hear Shakur talking about, saying that he more or less beats the brakes off of Haney. Talking about paperwork, send the paperwork or whatever, and then I heard that was just cap or whatever. I'm like, I don't know. That's why I don't like to report. In here we don't report the same things that everybody else report. Like I said, I'll bring it up, but viewer discretion is advised. If you ever hear me bring up something that we don't know about, like an Earl Spence fight or something like that, believe me, it's viewer's discretion. It's not, don't ever like listen to Eagle and say, oh, well, Eagle, you got that wrong. No, don't ever come back to me and say that I got something wrong, that it was a miscue or anything like that. Don't say that, because I'm not reporting it as facts. I'm reporting it as, just information that they have out there. Oh, yeah, so if you went back and looked at the Lee fight, or maybe you did, or maybe you didn't have a chance. What did you feel about the Lee fight? Did you have the Lee fight a certain way? Did you have him winning lopsided win, or just did you have him win just winning? Yeah. But Stevenson, he went out there and got the TKO. I still don't really trust. I don't like him that much because of the way he was in public at that one point. I think he's a little punk. Yeah, he's very fortunate to be a professional fighter and be able to put hands on somebody. You couldn't have done that like when I was in my place where I grew up at. If you was a professional fighter and you put hands on somebody, your days was seriously numbered. Your days was numbered. And it probably a man probably wasn't the one that was gonna get you. It's probably gonna be a female. There's probably gonna be a female that came and got your ass. Because females wasn't no joke when I was growing up. They different. They're a little bit different now. Now they talk a lot. Some of them can fight. I mean, they're special now. They can do all this MMA shit and twist arms and all that. They learn all that stuff, but it's different. Back in the day, certain girls, I got at least three sisters that can fight. At least three. They can, scrap. Scrap. They ain't never lost a fight. And at least 3 or 4 girl cousins that can scrap. They ain't gonna lose. They just ain't gonna lose no matter what. No matter how big you was, they wasn't gonna lose to you. And the difference being is that they had like a kind of I don't know. My family's little loose cannons. They had like, a little bit of slippage in the brain to when if they was going off. If they was going off, they can't. They go to the point where they can't stop. Like, I had to condition myself out of that. Because we go to the point where we just can't stop. We get in a fight with you, we can't stop. Like, I can't stop fighting you. Are we fighting? Okay. The difference being fighting me is I don't stop. Somebody got to tackle me because I ain't going to stop. I don't care if you're knocked out. I'm still going to hit you. I don't care. That's street fight. Because street fighting, I feel like, you ain't got no business to put your hands on a grown man. So it's like, I don't want to stop hitting you. I don't want to stop hitting you until I can't hit no more. Until my arms quit. Because you could be just knocked out. And I might have 100 punches left in me, and I still want to hit you 100 more times. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had Alex. Y'all sir said I had Lee by K. You had Lee by TKFO, and Lee was getting hands put on him. I had Shakur by decision. Yep. A lot of people slept on Shakur because the move, because he moved up. So a lot of people was probably sleeping on that, move. But he has a good. See, the thing is, Let me get my yawning out. The thing is about Shakur is what I'm noticing. See, Shakur is he does. It's not that he's that great, but the thing is he fights in his he fights at his distance very well, and he doesn't allow you to fight with him at his distance. You know, he's very slippery, can get away from stuff at his distance. But the thing about it, if somebody is like putting that stick on him, then we're gonna see how well he can move. Just like if you look up at Ali, look at Ali. Look at all those punches he didn't get hit with, and all he did was just lean back, like he just danced with the guy. He just leaning back, turning. But people don't understand his feet, his footwork, and you miss Ali's footwork. He's not just standing there. It looks like he's standing there, but he's actually going back. And if you look at his feet, he steps back on one of his feet, because he knows what's coming. Boom, boom, boom. Steps back. He steps in and nods his head when that punch comes. He steps down. Watch him step down. Boom. He steps down and look at the rope behind him. You can see how his chin is above the rope, and all of a sudden his head is underneath the rope. But that's ego. So ego has to. I don't look at fights for enjoyment like all the time. Like a lot of times I'll go back. Like if I see a fight a few times, I'll watch it. Yawn again. I don't know. I've been doing that. So I'll watch the fight as an analyst, and then I'll watch it as an analyst again, and then, if I felt I got all the information, then I'll watch it as a fan. Because I got to look at, I got to look at everything. I got to look at expressions. I got to look at the ropes. I got to look at the canvas. You know what I mean? I got to look at the footwork, the shoes. I got to look at everything. Shoe, okay, he's sliding back pretty good. Okay, look, he's comfortable. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, and so that's what I have to do. Then I'll go back and enjoy it. Yep. Who you think is the better fighter out of Haney, Shakur, and Tank? I think Shakur. They all got different styles, so it's hard to call who's the best. A lot of people will feel like Shakur, because Shakur just fights in his element good. Haney fights in his element good. Out of all of them, Tank looks the worst when it comes to fighting in the element, but he's actually probably the best, because what Tank does is he doesn't care about your element. He doesn't care about your style. You know what I mean? He'll let you fight your style, and he'll just come in and, block shots and move underneath shit, take shots, throw a couple, not throw very much in the beginning. And then all of a sudden he just he says, okay, I've been enjoying your style for a while. Now it's time for me to impose. And he's going to turn it up when it gets to the fifth round. He's going to start turning it up. So I don't know how I answered it, but maybe, probably they all fight their style. Like I said, Tank is probably the worst when it comes to like fighting his style, like for the whole fight. Tank will he'll let you fight your style. That's what makes him the most dangerous, is because he allow you to fight your style and get you comfortable. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing good against Tank. And so once you feel like I'm doing good against Tank, and that's when you end up, you end up getting that ass whooped for thinking that you was doing so well. But anyway, so Shakur, that's for the WBC eliminator, so he's still on his way with that TKO over Yoshino. And I didn't get to hear what Yoshino said. And the baby Anderson got the TKFO over Arias, so Arias, you're going to have to try to make the comeback. And Davis got that TKFO over Yajit. Rodriguez got that unanimous decision in flyweight. You guys know how I am with the flyweights. I usually don't. And Makhdaliev, he ended up losing a split decision. I'm not gonna talk about it because a lot of people go, no, top please, you got got a gift. I'm not going to talk about it. Before he got the unanimous decision over Magdaleno. So you guys can argue about that if you want to also, but Matisse, you can't argue about that because he got the KTFO over Cesena. And Madrimov got the unanimous decision over Egg Bokwe. I don't know how y'all felt about that one, but it is what it is. So, Taraji, Asku Alga. You know, I'll be butchering names, which I don't care. Martinez beat Abe, and Inoue, of course, got the unanimous decision over Solis. And Sasaki got that TKFO over Obara. And I knew Obara was in trouble because I think he had up the wrong flag. He had up the wrong flag. So, you got that ass. Yeah. I picked KO in 4 rounds. Okay. Yeah. We can only think of hypotheticals because they ain't going to fight each other anytime soon. Yeah, but the thing is, they're all set up in the same division. They're set up to fight each other. That's the whole thing. They're set up to fight each other. They are set up to fight each other. So we got to get one of them fighting. Well, actually, it won't be one. It'll be 2 of them. We got to get 2 of them fighting. I think we'll probably get, I don't know, probably get Haney in one of them rather than, we'll probably get Haney and Tank. I don't know about Shakur. I don't know if Shakur really want to fight them. He might just be running his mouth. I don't know if he said he outsparred Haney, but that don't mean shit. Not in the fight. It's different in the fight. But we'll see. He said Arias, the pussy hole didn't come out after the 3rd. The doctor cleared him and everything. And he went into the doctor looking in his eyes like, oh yeah, the pupils, everything. You responding? Yeah, he shake the, touch the glove, look at him, rub the shoulder. Yeah, you good. You man. Let your eyes follow this. Okay. Oh, you good. You can fight. Nah, I don't think so, son. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna just get that one up. Okay, so let's get into it. Cause I don't want to hold y'all up, but let's get into this one. We'll talk a little bit more tomorrow when the guys come back. You stupid, y'all. Sorry, y'all said the pussy hole didn't want to get up. So, Fundora made some fundamental mistakes. His worst mistake was signing the contract to fight Mendoza. He should never fought him in the first place. But he just more or less got exposed because Charlo's knockout would have been worse than that. Charlo would have knocked him out worse than that. Because the thing about Charlo is Charlo does go to the body. If he was tired like that after 6 rounds, I saw him puffing. He was tired. He might not have been exhausted, and his corner set him up by saying that he thinks he's doing something, but he's not. Oh, my goodness. Another thing I want to say about that corner, bad advice. He needs another trainer, for one thing. You might love your dad or whatever, but dad told you to move back away from the punch. That's not how you don't move. You don't you don't move your head back. You're not Ali. You don't move your head back. And Ali, but people think Ali wasn't stepping. I just showed you can look on the corner. He does step. He don't just he just has foot movement. He don't just, move his head out the way. People, and even professionals don't know that he moved his feet. He didn't just move his head. He bent his knee. He'll step down over his knee. Look, he'll bend down over his knee too. He's not just moving his head. His feet is moving too. But when you tell somebody just to move, you got to move back out the way. Come on, that's not even good advice to tell them. Oh yeah, you got caught one of them shots for not moving back. You don't move back. You slip. If you move back, you step back. You don't move back. You don't just move. You don't move your head. You step back. You should step back. You gotta step. Now make sure your footwork's good. You gotta tell the fighter, make sure your footwork is good. If he's coming on strong, he's throwing overheads. Make sure that you're taking a half step back, a full step back, 3/4 of a step back. Are you leaning? Are you dipping down underneath the punches? That's one of the first things you learn in boxing is to go underneath punches. You learn how to go like underneath the punch. You learn how to go underneath the punch. That's boxing 102 or 100. Yeah. You said you got robbed of your KO in the fourth bonus. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, brother. I didn't mean for you to get robbed like that, man. I ain't had nothing to do with Arias, man. But you know come on now. He's just there. He's only there to absorb punishment in the first place. Come on, stop. You know you wasn't expecting more than that. He said, I need to get my re-up on that. I need to be able to. He's like, I need to be able to change that. I need to be able to change my decision on that one. I need to be able to change it to 3-round quidditch. Not even a stoppage, a 3-round quidditch. I think I'll quit around there. And matter of fact, just thinking about it, who's actually going to fight him? Who's going to fight Anderson in the first place? Out of the top guys, who's going to actually fight him? So you think somebody is he ready? This is a question. Is he more ready than Dubois and Joyce? Or just put Dubois, what's the other guy? Who's the guy that lost to the Cuban that everybody was all crazy about? I keep messing my what's his name? I always mess up. I got to say so many different names. Ajagba. So, is he better than those? Is he better than them? He's 14-0, and all he got is knockout. So we ain't got nothing else. We don't have nothing else to judge him on because all he has is knockouts. So that's all we got. Yes, sir. And I appreciate you guys, whoever's coming in, and you guys put the thumbs up. But you can join the chat also. You guys can come talk to y'all, sir. He's good enough guy. Yeah. He said, oh, yeah. He said, and me and Gil had a little clash. He whooped my ass by 7 points. 7 points I would have got if Reyes came out and got his ass KO'd in the fourth. It's okay. I ain't salty. You sound like you're a little bit salted up, brother. Everybody it's not nobody. There's nobody who didn't have to have Crow. But if you noticed the interviews, if you noticed like the chat after the match, right, with Fundora, there was a lot of people that was going against Fundora in this fight that we didn't know of. We just didn't know. I didn't know I forgot Barrios wasn't going with Fundora. Raleigh wasn't going with Fundora. There's a lot of people that wasn't going with Fundora. A lot of boxers and a lot of people was not going with Fundora on this one. But then Earl Spence said dirt nap. Earl Spence is cold. He told me he took a dirt nap. Oh, you took a dirt nap, son. It's like, damn. To just sit there and take a dirt nap for no reason. Why are you taking dirt naps? Is that what we do now? We take dirt naps? I didn't really. I mean. So the thing is he said he was going to bring up. He said he was going to bring the heat up. Mendoza said he's going to start turning up like midway through the fight. And he did turn it up, but he still wasn't, it didn't look like he was being successful. But he's just smart. He just had a good plan. But you can't, if you're losing to somebody, if you can't be losing to Charlo like that, if you're down 5 rounds against Charlo, there's no way you're going to win 7. You're not gonna win 7 straight. And if it's a draw, it still goes to him. So you're not gonna win 7 straight. And he's probably gonna punish you. If you losing like that, he's watching you. Then now he's pinpointing every. If he gets up, you can't let somebody like Charlo get like a big lead on you, because then he's just gonna he's gonna relax and watch everything you do. It's gonna be you're gonna be getting so many counters, and you can't afford to sleep either. If you sleep like Fundora went to sleep a couple of times, he was sleeping while he was boxing. He took a big hook and was sleeping again, and then he took a 2-1 and it was outski. I mean out. He was actually like up on his elbow, like looking at the ref, like I mean the dazed look in his face, the way he's looking at the ref, like I'm just enjoying myself here, enjoying the festivities. And what? Meanwhile, the ref is like 5, 6, 7. He's like, oh, I don't know. Are you counting? 8, 9. Once he just waved him, he just Doc. Everybody comes in and just, is you going to lay down? You're out of it, man. He's talking about, I guess that's what it is when you get caught. He said it's boxing. He was still smiling though, but dude, you may have to be graduated to Eagles Web BCD page, man. Another candidate. But y'all, so we talked about this before, brother. We said that we was gonna get more of them, right, on our BCD page. They starting to line up now. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get more probably. We're gonna get some more this year. He's not gonna be the only one. Because I'm looking for I don't, to be honest, I don't, there's another person's chin that I don't know if is as great as what people think it is. I don't think Benavidez' chin is as great as people think it is. I don't think his chin is that great. He might not have had it tested, but his chin is. I don't think his chin is not his chin is not a 10. I'm just saying, it's hard to have like in boxing. It's hard to have like a 10 out of 10 when it comes to a chin. And yes, you're Marvin Hagler, because Marvin Hagler was built like that. He was built with the temporalis muscles to be extra thick. You just had that, like, you can't hurt me. God dang. Those are the only, to be honest, those are the only type of fighters that we should actually have. We shouldn't have none of these pretty boys or nothing. We shouldn't have these flashy guys. We should only have robot guys in there. One of them could be like a great boxer, one could be a great puncher, but those are the guys we really need in there, because we don't have to worry about them later on in life. They're not hurt. You know what I mean? They don't get hurt. Yeah, y'all sir said someone needs to come and test it then. Oh, it's gonna be believe me, brother, it's gonna be tested. There's no way you don't escape boxing without getting your chin tested. And yes, you just leave. It might take a while. Canelo's gonna duck everybody. Canelo is a duck. Canelo is the biggest duck in boxing. He's the most celebrated fighter right now in boxing, and the most ducking fighter also. Man, I have zero respect for him, man. When your people don't respect you, your legends in box, they already know. Don't you think Julio Cesar Chavez knows? Because when he had all those when he had like over 70 wins, like straight, don't you know that in the back of his mind, he knew that he was going to have to face like good boxers? Don't you know he knew that? He's like, oh shit, I'm going to have to, eventually I'm going to have to put all this, all this undefeatedness, I'm going to have to put that shit on the line. I'm going to have to go for it. And Canelo's not even undefeated. So it don't even matter if he take a couple of L's. It don't matter. You already you got a couple of L's now. What's the difference? What's the difference? There's no big difference between 4 losses and 2 losses. It's only 2 losses. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. If 0 losses is a big deal to have a loss. But if you already got 2 losses, shit, a couple of more losses, that ain't nothing. That showed that you're great. How many losses did Chavez end up with? He ended up with like about 4 or 5 losses, right? And matter of fact, he should have had more losses than that. Because Franklin was going to beat him up the second time. And he quit. He put a Arias. He did the same thing as Arias did. Oh, well, I don't think I can go out there, Doc. Yeah, Chavez could have fought. He didn't want no more of that smoke. He know Franklin was coming to whoop that ass again. Sweet Pea embarrassed him, was beating him up. But you know that those are fights of the past. But you know we look at this stuff like in the future. Fundora, I would suggest that you get. I'm serious. I would suggest that you know add some coaching. You need to add some coaching because in your current advice and your style of fighting, I really don't have no problem with you fighting inside. But you got to be careful with because you're long and some of the slippery, some of the twists and turns you do when you throwing uppercuts. Because that was kind of an outside uppercut you was trying to throw. It was nasty. It was slow and it was just like, what the fuck was you thinking? When you threw that punch and then. To be honest, I think Mendoza was not going to check your ass with the hook. I think what he was doing exactly is he was, that's the perfect example of a check hook, is because he was checking you when he hooked you. He was actually checking you. He was like, check, oh, am I going to be able to get this off? And once you gave him more or less the head nod when you did that, you know, that little funky little outside uppercut, that off balance type of shit, half uppercut, half hook type of shit you was throwing. And that's when he caught you. Then he realized that he had you and he said, oh shit, I better throw 2 more bombs. And he hit you with 2 more bombs. And that's why your ass turned into a lounge chair. Y'all in the wrong business to be turned into lawn chairs like that. Using a lawn chair like, huh? What are you doing, ref? Are you counting? Am I down? All kinds of shit was going through his mind. He didn't even know he was down. He was at, who's that? Is Eagles wear boxing on right now? I wonder if he's going to mention me on my back, just like a lounge chair. You can see his corner. You see his, it was like, oh shit. A lot of people were shocked, like, oh. You see people standing up with their eyes all big, like, oh, I can't believe the monster. Oh, they got the Towering Inferno. Okay, if that's a bad name in the first place, because first of all, if you're a Towering Inferno, that means you're burning down. Mendoza was just the gasoline for the Towering Inferno. So he threw gasoline on the Towering Inferno, and guess what? The Tower Inferno came crumbling down. It still looked good on the ground, but it was definitely down. But yeah, good. I mean, good action. You know, good fights and stuff like that. You know, Lala D thinking that she all that all the time. Always got her little opinions up, her little videos and her little opinion. Oh, hey, Lala, Lala D, lovely. How you doing? Lala D said something there. Oh, I got my hearts up. And then she said, you ain't all that. Play my music. Yeah, okay. I want you to sing about it. If you're gonna say I'm not all that, I want you need to come up with the lyrics. Let's drop those lyrics. That's what we do now. Let's drop the lyrics. Lala D said, yeah, sir. She got the hearts up good with the crown. Oh shit. Mrs. Hussein. Y'all sir about to act up again. He about to get too friendly. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. He hasn't done it yet, but he's about to. Yeah. So what do you think about that? See, I told you, Mrs. Hussein. I told you. I forewarned you. Lala D, what you think about that Mendoza fight? He put that hook. He put that hooky hook on it. Actually, that check he held, because when he threw it, when he was going like this, right before he checked it, because sometimes a check hook could be like a little short, like it could be like more of a feint, but he like brought it here. It was about here. It was like, So he got the reload right here, and then that's when so he got the reload on it, and then got the crack off there. Oh, okay. I'll listen to you. Go ahead and write it down. Are you going to email me, or you want to let us know here? You can let us know here. She said something. I have a funny story to tell you. Okay, I love funny stories. I always have funny stories. I can't tell y'all everything because I go through some. Because you guys would think I'm lying after a while. I just go through so much stuff. That's why I need to have my camera with me at all times, man. Sometimes I don't have I can't turn it on sometimes because sometimes I'm just like driving too fast or I'm in the wrong position. I can't turn my camera on. You guys just don't believe the shit that I go through. But the thing about it is when I go through a lot of stuff is I got witnesses. So I do have a witness because I was on an app, a video app, when one of the things happened to me. So I showed the person. I'm like, see? And they didn't believe, because a lot of people don't believe, even people I know I talk to personally, they don't believe some of my stories. They say, nah, that shit don't happen. I'm like, yeah, believe me, this shit happens to me all the time. I'm like, I'm one of those persons, like, for real, this shit happens, and you're like, what the hell? You're like, that shit don't happen. That can't happen. But a lot of things like that it happens to me. That shit's crazy. So I was washing my comforters in the laundromat. Make sure I read it right. As I was walking to the door, there was like 5 kids. They looked like a sibling. So as I passed one little boy, I smiled at him. And oh my God. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh my God. Come on, Lala. Tell us the rest of the story. I hope I told it the way that you like for me to tell it. So Lala, meantime in the story, that Lala D, she was washing her clothes, and she noticed 5 little kids. She said, "Oh, look at those kids! They look adorable. They look like they might be siblings." She passed one of them, little boy, and smiled. Hey. He dodged over to hold the door open for me, and the kids with him looked at me like, "Who the hell are you?" Yeah. Because you put that charm on him, he's like, let me get the door for Missy. So he went and got the door. And the rest of them like, hey, we don't know you, so we know he don't know you. Who the hell is you, Lala? See Lala come in here with her. Then I heard a lady say, boy, get your ass over here. But she was laughing. Oh, yeah, that's funny. He's trying to be a little, he's trying to be a little pimp, I know. He's trying to be a little pimp, I know. Little boys. I grew up with them. I was too shy. But I grew up with like I grew up with little pimps like that. Yeah, some of the kids, some of the kids was just like out there. Like, they didn't learn at home. So they was like wild, like little kids. Hugging up on the teachers and shit, stuff like that. I'm like, wow. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised that, we had to show the respect, but yeah. I mean, the kids were so bad when I was growing up. They was worse than, people think they were worse now. It was worse. When I was growing up, we didn't have all the stuff that they have now, all the protections and stuff like that. We had zero protections. But we didn't need it because we had neighborhood watch. They didn't have no sign up. They didn't need it because wasn't no such thing. But if you was by somebody's property, somebody would be outside talking, what the hell you doing over there? What you need? What you need? How can I help you over there? It's just your spot? No, that's my best friend's spot. What? What you need? I think you need to just keep it on moving, mister. And you just keep it moving. Yeah. Yeah, but my little bad neighbor boys, man. Whoo, my goodness, man. Man, they came into the house right away. They just started getting into shit. As soon as they got in here, they just started getting into stuff. Yep. Reminded me so much of my brother when we were little, laughing out loud. Yeah, kids can be gentlemen. You got some that's just like that. They just learn to be like that. But you know what? It's not even the children though. Think about it. It's not even the kids no more. Because people are assholes now. A lot of dick. People are assholes. I'm sorry. They really are, because people tell me how nice I am. And that's how I know how the people are jerks. Because they're telling me how nice I am. I'm like, I'm not even nice like that. I just do stuff. I do stuff that I felt like you should just do. If I feel like you should do it, that's what you. I mean, I'm just it just come natural. Like this is what you should do, and that's what I do. But people think, oh, you so nice, and I'm like, I ain't nice. I said, I ain't doing nice. I'm just doing what I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. You supposed to. I said, you're supposed to do that. Like if you hold the door. The only people I don't like, see, if I hold the door for somebody, the only people I don't like to hold doors for, and this could be male or female, the only people I don't like to hold a door for, well, it might be a couple of people, but the one that I don't like is the one that acts like when they look at you like, yeah, you better be holding the door for me. The ones that look like, yeah. I mean, I've seen like somebody got behind me and stood like, you better be holding the door for me, and you know what I did? I was a total jerk. So I opened the door up just wide enough for me to get in, and I squeezed in. You know, just open up the door that's wide, and I squeezed, and kind of stepped sideways into the door. Like, you know what I mean? If you'd have been like, if you would have just like stopped, like held up a little bit, but I could look at their expression like, yeah, you better be holding the door. I'm like, okay, I better be holding the door. It won't be held today. So I could be a jerk. just saying, I can be. I'm not usually a jerk, but I can be a jerk if I have to be. But I don't like people that like they look like like they feel like, yeah, you better be gentleman, or you better be this, or you better be that, and hold the door. I'm like, bitch, get your own door. Like I'll let the door slam. I'll let the door slam in your face if you're doing too much. I was doing. I mean, I didn't have to. I don't have to be that way, but if you look at, I'm sorry, you can't look at me but a certain. You can't look at me like I owe you. Like I don't know you. Lana said, "Now, Asante, that was petty." She said, "It was petty," but you know what? Just like you laughing your ass off, guess what? I was laughing my ass off when I did it. I might, but think about it. I'm not actually wrong. I'm not actually wrong for it. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not actually wrong. Let's talk life a little bit, because since we're on life subject, I'm just saying. We just be not necessarily prepared for the worst or nothing like that, but just be aware of of your surroundings lately. Watch your food. Anything that you can eat fresh or cooked, I'm gonna say probably cook it. If it could be eaten fresh or cooked, then cook it. If you like to make stuff, you like to bake and you like to make stuff with flour, I would suggest that you make your own flour. That so you can clean the berries, properly. You can make sure there's nothing in them. Always soak your foods, like your fresh vegetables and fruits. Make sure you add a little bit of salt to the water and let them soak. Just let them soak in the sink, cold water. Just let them soak. Rinse them. You can prepare them. Get them prepared the way you want to, but make sure you add that little salt or baking soda in there. And if you have to, you can throw a little bit of vinegar in there or something like that. Just make sure everything nice and washed. So that's just my life expression for everybody, to make sure you guys take care of yourself. Because even though you're not a boxer, you're not in the boxing ring, you still got to protect yourself at all times, because you're the only person that is you. So you got to protect yourself at all times. So you guys, always protect yourself. Always. Not some of the time. Always protect yourself, because there's been a lot of BS going on with the foods and everything else, man. It's too much. Too much so. This girl, I just got this regular, I got my little shirt on today, but I was in the store, and I got on some I got on my Venom joggers, black and red. Got my little Venom joggers on. The girl was all excited, like, "Oh yeah, I like your fit." I said, "Shoot." I said, "Go to my store," and I said, "Pick something out." She set herself up for that. You set yourself up for that. Then I'm gonna come get you. I'll make sure that you come see me. You can pick yourself out something too. Yeah. Oh, Lala D. Lala D all happy. Lala D got some little boy. She got some little boy hollered at today, y'all, sir. She got him hollered at. Get your little ass back over here. I know that's what the sound. I know what the sound was pretty much like that. Get your little ass over here. Okay, mom. Get you boy. If you don't get your little ass over there flirting with that woman. That's a grown woman over there. You over there flirting with your little ass. Get your little ass over here. Yeah. I would have just been shaking my head. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta be careful. Hey, Lord D, y'all almost got me killed that day. You know, a couple of weeks ago, you and Gil Coles almost got me killed, right? It might have been a few weeks, right? When y'all told me to go on out there in the wind like it ain't nothing. I'm not in Chicago or Florida. Y'all said, "Oh, going out there, you gonna be good in that wind." I took my ass out there and damn near got hit by a tree, limbs and stuff flying at me when I'm stopped at a stoplight. I'm like, man, please. I said, why did I bring my ass out here? Trying to be a soldier, trying to listen to everybody. Y'all started laughing. Yeah, trying to be a soldier out there, and what I end up getting? Almost get taken out by a tree. I'm like, please. I said, we got too much stuff over here. And right now they're out there. They have to cut they got to cut all this foliage and stuff for the on ramps for the highways right now, because that rain done made everything grow. And it doesn't look like it stopped. It don't look like it looks like we probably will get some more. So we'll probably get a little bit more rain. Yeah, but the Friday was horrible for boxing. The Saturday wasn't that great. Some of the decisions. You still never told me how you had Lee. So when you watched the Lee fight, or did you get a chance to watch the Lee fight, did you have him winning by like a majority decision, like unanimous, or did you have a majority, or did you have it maybe a split win, or did you have it a draw? Because I'm really confused about that one, because I thought I was actually reading the fight properly when I was looking at it, and I might have edged him, but at the same time, if he would have lost, I wouldn't have been upset. But I just didn't get the scores. The upset. The scores just weren't right for me. Bunch ended up being disappointed. We talked about that a lot. Me and y'all was talking about Bunch. I don't know what the hell Bunch was doing. Because you don't come in, you don't get knockdowns, and then you just turn it off like, oh, I guess I ain't going to do nothing else. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all got to fight. Y'all got to get it done, man. Y'all got to get it done, man. Y'all making close fights when fights shouldn't even be close. Or you got the opportunity to close out shows or something. Oh, I just didn't step on the gas. I'm tired of hearing, you know what, you champions and stuff, or you top tier fighters, I'm tired of hearing from you guys. I'm tired. Yeah, a lot of these said, whoa, hell yeah. And then, what was crazy is I was on a divided 6-lane highway, right? And they got this real big island in the middle of it to separate the roads. So they don't have the rails, but it's real wide. And it has fences, and some parts have bushes. It has bushes, and it's clear bushes and stuff. These idiots on the other side, they got panicky and scared because the wind was still blowing hard. And so they drive across that median part. They drive across that island over to our lane. And so their right lane is our left lane. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? That's not how if a tree falls down, you don't drive around it into oncoming traffic. You back your ass up, or you wait until, it's clear, and maybe you can drive down the middle of the highway, but you don't drive on our side. Man, I couldn't wait to get home. I was like, man, this is just too wild. I said, it's too wild and too crazy out here. Yep. Lala said, I'll watch it driving and message you around 6 p.m. Yeah. Well, this is my ex. This is my ex. This is the day. I just came in today. 'Cause usually, a lot of times I don't come back in, but I decided to come in because um, one reason I came back in because I just to hear Yes Sir, because I knew he was gonna say that I was so late on Monday that I came on Tuesday twice, 2 times, and that's exactly what he did. She said, "I'm watching your Ali video you have on your screen right now. It reminds me, there's a HUD video on YouTube of two guys fighting. One guy is backing up with his hands down." She said, "See, oh, okay, see you next time." And, he measures the distance all wrong and got stretched. Yeah, but if you look at Ali, Ali's actually bending his left leg at the same time on that last hard punch. Look at his head's above the rope, and then his chin is down to the second rope when the punch comes through. That's how a master can do it like that. He's making you see one thing that he's doing, and you feel like, okay, that's not a good way to get out of the way of punches, but he's doing a lot more than what he's showing you because he's taking little teeny steps. He's more or less like dancing. He's reading what this guy is doing, and he's just dancing with him. And that's the fight where he just really wanted to humiliate the guy too. Because he was asking, he's probably talking to him, "What's my name?" Ali. That's that fight. In case y'all didn't know it, but which fight that was. "What's my name? What's my name? What's my name, punk?" So that's what that is. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here too, y'all, sir. Miss Hussein, y'all, sir, acting up again. But anyway, let me stop because Gil will be calling me Charleston. He'll be calling me Charleston Webb again. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get back to it. I'll try to be on tomorrow. I don't think nothing coming up. So my phone's fixed. I still got to get other stuff done, but hey, at least that's done. So right now the phone is taken care of. So that part's done. So let's just carry on. Let's finish doing whatever else we got to do. Anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what this is. Eagles Web Boxing. It never matters what day it is. I'm going to say it. Nothing but blessings, y'all. Yep. Troublemaking, y'all, sir. Don't want trouble. Y'all always want trouble. I want trouble up in here. But that is funny, though, Lala, how the guy got stretched trying to do the Ali and got stretched. But it sounds about right, though. Yeah. When you try to do some shit that you ain't got no business doing, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like, hey, you're supposed to get stretched. Yeah, and that's what they end up happening. You end up getting stretched. I'm gonna catch y'all. Have a little bit too before we go. Have a little bit of this, Lala, because I know you deserve some just like everybody else. Get your ass some of that crow. Get some of that crow. Get your ass back over here.